The Flash 2014 TV series. This video compresses information gathered from Wikipedia in video format. Studies prove that reading while listening improves comprehension, increases speed as well as expands vocabulary and enhances fluency. Video sections. Abstract. Series overview. Production. Release. Reception. Other media. Arrowverse and the DC multiverse. External links. Give your feedback on the comments section. Support the channel by subscribing and liking the video. Thanks. Abstract. The Flash is an American superhero television series developed by Greg Berlanti, Andrew Kreisberg, and Jeff Johns, airing on the CW. It is based on the Barry Allen incarnation of DC Comics character The Flash, a costume superhero crime fighter with the power to move at superhuman speeds. It is a spin-off from Arrow, existing in the same fictional universe known as Arrowverse. The series follows Barry Allen, portrayed by Grant Gustin, a crime scene investigator who gains superhuman speed, which he uses to fight criminals, including others who have also gained superhuman abilities. Initially envisioned as a backdoor pilot, the positive reception Gustin received during 2 appearances as Barry on Arrow led to executives choosing to develop a full pilot to make use of a larger budget and help flesh out Barry's world in more detail. The series is primarily filmed in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. The Flash premiered in North America on October 7, 2014, where the pilot became the second most watched premiere in the history of the CW. After The Vampire Diaries in 2009, it has been well received by critics and audiences, and won the People's Choice Award for Favorite New TV Drama in 2014. The series, together with Arrow, has spun characters out to their own show, Legends of Tomorrow, which premiered on January 21, 2016. On January 31, 2019, the CW renewed the series for a 6th season, which premiered on October 8, 2019. In January 2020, the CW renewed the series for a 7th season, which is set to premiere in January 2021. Series overview. The first season follows crime scene investigator Barry Allen, who gains superhuman speed after the explosion of the STAR Labs particle accelerator, which he uses to fight crime and hunt other metahumans in Central City as the Flash. A masked superhero, Barry pursues his mother's murderer, Eobard Thawne, eventually uncovering that his mentor Harrison Wells is Eobard in disguise. By the end of the season, Eobard's ancestor Eddie sacrifices himself to erase Eobard from existence but opens a singularity in the process. In the 2nd season, the singularity brings Speedster Zoom from a parallel universe, who seeks to eliminate all other speedsters in the multiverse. After Zoom kills Barry's father, Barry defeats Zoom and travels back in time to save his mother's life. In the 3rd season, by changing his past, Barry creates the alternate timeline, Flashpoint. He is somewhat able to restore the timeline, but causes the emergence of Savitar, a godlike speedster with a grudge against Barry. When Barry accidentally travels to the future and sees Iris West killed by Savitar, he becomes desperate to change the future to prevent that from happening. After saving Iris and defeating Savitar, Barry takes his place in the Speed Force in order to repent for his creation of Flashpoint. The 4th season sees Team Flash successfully bring Barry back from the Speed Force, but in the process release dark matter, turning a dozen people on a city bus into metahumans. Masterminded by Clifford DeVoe, an adversary with the fastest mind alive. After the defeat of DeVoe, the team is approached by Barry and Iris' daughter from the future, Nora West Allen. During the 5th season, the team discover that Nora's presence has altered the timeline and unleashed Cicada, a serial killer bent on killing metahumans. They also eventually learn of her allegiance with Eobard, who orchestrated Nora's arrival and Cicada. Barry and Nora succeed in subduing Eobard, but are forced to let him go and Nora is erased from the timeline. In the 6th season, Barry and Iris learn that the date of the crisis in which Barry disappears has moved up to December 2019, and that in order to save billions, the Flash must die. Meanwhile, Ramsey Rosso has discovered a way to cure people through dark matter, only to turn himself into a metahuman with a violent bloodthirst following Rosso's defeat, Barry's surviving crisis, and the multiverse's destruction and rebirth. Team Flash try to navigate the world post-crisis, all while the secret organization Black Hole and quantum engineer Eva McCulloch, who is trapped in a dimension called the Mirror Dimension, move forward with their mysterious plans. Eva captures Iris and Camila and later Captain Singh and imprisons them in her mirror dimension, using their mirror versions to fight Team Flash. Production. On July 30, 2013, it was announced that Arrow co-creators Greg Berlanti and Andrew Kreisberg, Arrow pilot director David Nutter, and DC Comics CCO Jeff Johns would develop a television series based on The Flash for the CW, and it would detail Barry Allen's origin. Kreisberg revealed after the announcement that Allen would first appear as a recurring character on Arrow in 3 episodes of Season 2, all written by Berlanti. Kreisberg and Johns in the last of the episodes would act as a backdoor pilot for the new show. Kreisberg added that Allen would be a forensic scientist and the introduction of his superpowers, as well as the reactions to this, will be very human and grounded. Johns stated that the character of the Flash in the show would resemble his comic book counterpart, complete with his trademark red costume, and not be a poor imitation. Kreisberg elaborated, "No sweatsuits or strange code names. He will be the Flash." While researching the best way to depict the Flash's lightning speed, Johns stated it would not just be the standard blurring around. Barry ultimately appeared twice in Arrow's 2nd season, with the planned backdoor pilot cancelled in favor of a traditional pilot by the CW executives, who had been impressed by early cuts of Barry's first 2 episodes on Arrow. This allowed a creative team to flesh out Barry's story and his world on a bigger budget, as opposed to a backdoor pilot's constraint of incorporating characters from the parent show. The pilot was officially ordered on January 29, 2014, and was written by Berlanti, Kreisberg, and Johns, and directed by Nutter. On May 8, 2014, The Flash was officially picked up as a series, with an initial order of 13 episodes. 3 more scripts were ordered in September 2014 following a positive response to newly completed episodes by executives, while back 10 was ordered the next month for a full 23-episode season. With the commencement of production on the series' 2nd season, former Arrow and Ugly Betty writer Gabrielle Stanton was promoted to executive producer and showrunner, after having served as consulting producer and writer on the first season's finale, Fast Enough. However, it was later reported that Kreisberg would be returning to sole showrunner duties at an unspecified time. That time was later proved to be at the start of 2016. Potential Energy, when Stanton was no longer credited as being involved with the show. In May 2017, it was reported that Aaron Helbing would be departing the series. Helbing had served as a writer since the 1st season, and as co-showrunner, along with his brother Todd and Kreisberg, since the 2nd. On April 2, 2018, the CW renewed the series for a 5th season, which premiered on October 9, 2018. On January 31, 2019, the CW renewed the series for a 6th season, which premiered on October 8, 2019. On January 7, 2020, the series was renewed for a 7th season, which is set to premiere in January 2021. In April 2020, Gustin, who had been contracted for 7 seasons, said there had been discussions about renewing the series for 8th and 9th seasons, but those were stalled due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The costume was designed by Colleen Atwood, who also designed the costumes for Arrow. It features a burgundy color scheme, a masked helmet, and gold accents throughout, and went through multiple adjustments from the moment it was placed in computer renderings to the day of filming the pilot. Primarily made of leather, the suit contains areas with a stretchable material to allow Gustin room to bend. According to Atwood, it was all about a costume that could self-speed. Grant was continually moving in the suit, so it had to be designed to make that all happen visually and functionally. It initially took Gustin approximately 40 minutes to get into his costume, as the first cowl was prosthetic and had to be zipped and glued to his face. This was cut down to approximately 15 minutes by episode 8, when designers were able to develop a new cowl that easily slid over Gustin's face and locked into place. Maya Manny replaced Atwood as the costume designer for the second season and made slight changes to the Flash costume, such as changing the color of his crest from yellow to white, being faithful to the Flash costume from the comics. Production on the pilot began in March 2014, with filming taking place in Vancouver, British Columbia. Additional filming for the series takes place in Portland, Oregon, on how action sequences are shot for the series. Compared to Arrow, Gustin said, "When shoot action sequences, pretty much what you see is what you get, and they're really doing everything. We do a lot of plate shots that are empty shots of the area we're going to be in, and then they're putting us in later. In post I do a lot of the fighting. I don't have to do it full speed, and then they ramp it up and a lot of people have to freeze and I keep moving. Then I have to clear frame and step back into frame. It's really tedious stuff that we have to do. On theirs, they learn fight choreography and they shoot it from the perfect angles, and what you see is what you get." Production on the third season began in early July 2016. On March 13, 2020, production on the sixth season was shut down due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Arrow composer Blake Neely is the primary composer of the series, and was first hired in April 2014 to score the pilot. He had previously composed a theme for Barry Allen, which was featured in Arrow's Season 2 episodes The Scientist and Three Ghosts. The theme was titled The Scientist when it was released on the Arrow Season 2 soundtrack. According to Neely, it had to be different, but it also couldn't be so different that it couldn't fit in the Arrow universe. It had to be in a style that could hold hands with Arrow. On December 18, 2014, Water Tower Music released a selection of music from the Flash Arrow crossover episodes, as well as 2 bonus tracks from their respective 2014 mid-season finales. The first season, 2-disc soundtrack was released on October 16, 2015. The second season's soundtrack was released digitally on July 22, 2016, and in CD format on July 26, 2016. The sound design for the show is handled by Mark Camperell. The sound effect for Barry is made up of elements of thunder, electricity, jets, fireballs, and various custom whooshes and impacts. Speaking about designing the sound for the Flash's ability, Mark says, "My approach for the sounds of the Flash's ability was to editorially treat him like a really aggressively driven hot rod. This doesn't mean that I used car sounds for him, though. What I mean is that when thinking about how to edit his sounds, I thought about it like cutting a car chase." Release. The Flash was screened at the Warner Bros. Television and DC Entertainment panel at San Diego Comic-Con International in July 2014. The series officially premiered on the CW on October 7, 2014, during the 201,415 television season, and also premiered in Canada on the same night. The second episode was screened at New York Comic-Con on October 9, 2014, as a way to repay the viewers that watched the series' premiere episode. The series premiered in the United Kingdom and Ireland on October 28, 2014, and in Australia on December 3, 2014. The complete first season was first released on Blu-ray and DVD in Region 1 on September 22, 2015. The second season on September 6, 2016. the third season on September 5, 2017, the fourth season on August 28, 2018, and the fifth season on August 27, 2019. Each season release contains additional features, which include making of featurettes, episode commentaries, deleted scenes, gag reels, and Comic-Con panels. The second, fourth and fifth season box sets include the Arrowverse crossover episodes from the other connected television series, as well as commentary on those episodes. On Netflix in the United States, the first season became available for streaming on October 6, 2015, the second season on October 4, 2016, the third season on May 31, 2017, the fourth season on May 30, 2018, and the fifth season on May 22, 2019. In India, the series streamed on Hotstar due to a partnership between them and Hook. It dissolved in April 2020 after Hook shut down due to bankruptcy. The last episode of the series to stream on Hotstar was Death of the Speed Force in mid-March. Reception. The first episode of The Flash was watched by 4.8 million viewers and had a 1.91849 demographic rating, making it the CW's most watched and highest rated series premiere since The Vampire Diaries in 2009. Factoring a live plus 7-day ratings, the pilot was watched by a total of 6.8 million viewers, becoming the CW's most watched telecast and the highest rated premiere among men 18-34. 2.5 rating. It broke the previous record for the most watched telecast held by the Cycle 8 finale of America's Next Top Model in 2007. 6.69 million. Additionally, across all platforms, including initiated streams on digital platforms and total unduplicated viewers on air over 2 airings a week of October 7, 2014. The premiere was seen more than 13 million times. The Canadian premiere was watched by 3.11 million viewers, making it the most watched broadcast that night and the second for that week. In the United Kingdom, the premiere was the fourth highest rated broadcast of the week and the 11th of that month, with 1.53 million viewers. The time-shifted version got 82,000 viewers. The premiere in Australia was the most watched broadcast on pay television, with 129,000 viewers tuning in 2016, according to an analysis from Parrot Analytics, which used ratings data, where available, peer-to-peer sharing, social media chatter, and other factors to estimate viewer demand for various shows. The Flash was the fifth most popular show in the world with 3.1 million demand expressions per day, behind Game of Thrones, The Walking Dead, Pretty Little Liars, and Westworld. Torrent Freak also gauged The Flash as the fourth most torrented television show of 2016. The review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes gave the first season a 92% approval rating with an average rating of 7.75/10 based on 63 reviews. The website's consensus reads, "The Flash benefits from its purposefully light atmosphere, making it a superhero show uniquely geared toward genre fans as well as novices." Metacritic, which uses a weighted average, assigned a score of 73 out of 100, based on 27 reviews, indicating generally favorable reviews. IGN's Eric Goldman and Joshua Yell praised the show's premise and cast after viewing a press screening copy of the pilot. Goldman and Yell favorably compared it to Arrow, stating that The Flash progresses with a confidence that Arrow did not get until later in the series. Reviews for the series became increasingly positive as the season progressed, with the finale receiving critical acclaim. Monsieur Noel Murray of the AV Club gave the season a B+. Overall, giving praise to the pacing of the plot, the performances of the cast and the special effects, and also pointing out the series' boldness to embrace its comic book influences, something that conventional superhero shows tend not to do. Weekly episode reviewer Scott Von Doviak gave consistently high ratings to the season and awarded the season finale a perfect grade, calling the episode richly satisfying, and also commending the show for the essence of its source material in a fun, light on its feet way that few other comic book adaptations have managed. He also gave high praise to the emotional value and performances of the cast, as well as the cliffhanger and multiple Easter eggs found in the episode. The second season of The Flash scored a Metacritic rating of 81 out of 100, indicating universal acclaim. The Flash has been nominated for 5 BMI Film, TV and Visual Media Awards, winning 5, 2 Hollywood Post Alliance Awards, 1 Hugo Award, 17 IGN Awards, winning 4, 10 Kids' Choice Awards, 16 Leo Awards, winning 5, 2 MTV Movie and TV Awards, 3 People's Choice Awards, winning 1 Primetime Emmy Award, 16 Saturn Awards, winning 6, 1 TCA Award, 2017 Choice Awards, winning 6, 1 TV Guide Award, 1 Visual Effects Society Award. The show also holds the world records for Most In-Demand Superhero TV Show, and Most In-Demand Action and Adventure TV Show, from the Guinness World Records. In 2016, Rolling Stone ranked the show 23rd on its list of the 40 best science fiction TV shows of all time. Other media. The Flash. Season 0. Written by Kreisberg, Brooke Hakemeyer and Catherine Walchak, with art by Phil Hester and Eric Gapstra, is intended to take place between the pilot episode and episode 2. Kreisberg stated, "Barry will be the Flash. He will have his team. Everyone will be in that world. And we'll introducing a new set of villains that we won't be seeing on the TV show. It'll feel like the same heart, humor and spectacle that you get watching Flash. The comic will showcase the entire TV cast, plus new rogues, a group of circus performers who gained superpowers as a result of the STAR Labs particle accelerator explosion. The group is led by Mr. Bliss, a character who first appeared in Starman. The comic launched digitally bi-weekly on September 8, 2014, with its first physical release featuring a collection of the digital releases, releasing on October 1. On February 24, 2015, the CW launched a blog account known as the Chronicles of Cisco. The blog, originally based at Tumblr, features posts written by the fictional character of Cisco Ramon, at first serving as write-ups of the metahuman villains on the show. Starting with the second season of the show, the posts evolved into the general musings of Ramon and his commentary on the events during and outside of the Flash's episodes. On September 17, 2019, the Chronicles of Cisco moved to Instagram this year. On April 19, 2016, a 4-episode series of shorts, titled Chronicles of Cisco, Entry 0419, premiered. The series, which was presented by AT&T, features Valdez and Brittna Oldford reprised their role as Cisco Ramon and Shauna Baez, Peekaboo, respectively. Set in the second season of the television series, the series sees Cisco attempting to make the Flash suit bulletproof and body odor-proof. While working on these, he receives a late-night meta-human alert within STAR Labs, and learns that Peekaboo triggered the alert. She has come to STAR Labs to make Cisco create a weapon for her, as he did for Golden Glider, Captain Cold, and Heat Wave. When he does not cooperate, she shoots him. Cisco survives being shot, realizing that the orange soda he spilled on his shirt was the missing catalyst to his bulletproof formula. Cisco tries to bring Peekaboo back to the pipeline, but she locks him in the cell instead. Cisco is then seen being woken up due to a call from Barry. He believes he dreamt the whole experience, until he finds the bullet that shot him on the ground. On November 14, 2017, a 3-episode series of shorts, known as Stretched Scenes, premiered. The series, presented by Microsoft Surface, features Hartley Sawyer, Danielle Panabaker, and Candice Patton as Ralph Dibny, Kale Tin Snow, and Iris West respectively. Set during the show's fourth season, it shows Dibny as he continually bothers Kale Tin and Iris for their help or for attention. The shorts premiered online as well as during the commercial breaks of the episodes When Harry Met Harry, Therefore I Am, and Don't Run. The series has also been featured in other video games based on DC Comics property. In the mobile version of Injustice: Gods Among Us, the show's versions of The Flash and Reverse Flash appear as alternate costumes for The Flash. The show's version of STAR Labs also appears as a hidden area in LEGO Dimensions. The video game LEGO DC Supervillains features DLC inspired by The Flash in the DC Superheroes TV series DLC Character Pack. The DLC pack includes The Flash and Vibe as playable characters. On November 29, 2016, Titan Books released The Flash: The Haunting of Barry Allen, a tie-in novelization written by Susan and Clay Griffith, set during the course of the second season. After Barry has closed the temporal anomaly that nearly destroyed Central City, Barry must seek help from Oliver Queen, due to his own abilities beginning to break down, in order to deal with 5 members of his rogues gallery including Pied Piper, Weather Wizard, and Peekaboo. The story continued in Arrow: A Generation of Vipers, released on March 28, 2017. A subsequent novel, following the villain Weather Wizard in his attempts at revenge, was released in May 2018. Written by Richard A. Koenig, it is titled The Flash: Climate Changeling. In October 2017, Abrams Books started a new trilogy of The Flash novels, written by Barry Ligger, aimed at middle-grade readers in tandem with a similar trilogy of Supergirl novels. The first, The Flash: Hocus Pocus, was released on October 3, 2017. The novel takes place in an alternate timeline where the show's Flashpoint event never occurred, and the Flash must fight a villain known as Hocus Pocus who can control the minds and actions of people. A sequel, The Flash: Johnny Quick, was released on April 3, 2018, as well as a third novel, titled The Flash: The Tornado Twins, on October 2, 2018. On October 21, 2016, The Art and Making of the Flash by Abby Bernstein was released. This is a 160-page behind-the-scenes book with production art and behind-the-scenes photography. The book also includes interviews with the cast and crew from the show. In May 2018, Titan Books released the first guidebook for The Flash, written by Nick Ayres from the perspective of Cisco Ramon. STAR Labs. Cisco Ramon's journal features his confidential journal entries, covering everything from his tech designs, the villains and other heroes the team encounter, the team's personal challenges and his own vibe abilities prior to Flashpoint. A second guidebook for The Flash was released in November 2018, this time published by Abrams Books. The Secret Files of Barry Allen. The ultimate guide to the hit TV show features The Flash's top-secret notes, as well as classified STAR Labs dossiers on everyone in Central City, an episode guide on the first 4 seasons of the series, and details on the life of The Flash in Barry's own words. Audio Studio Serial Box is currently developing an audio series based on The Flash, titled The Flash: Rogues. The series will feature Lex Luthor altering the timeline in order to turn The Flash, Green Arrow, White Canary, and Supergirl evil, while their friends attempt to fix the timeline. The series currently has 8 episodes planned. Arrowverse and the DC Multiverse. In January 2015, the CW president Mark Pedowitz announced the intention to do a Flash-Arrow crossover every season, and the CW announced that an animated web series, Vixen, featuring the DC heroine of the same name and set in the universe of Arrow and The Flash, would be debuting on CW Seed in late 2015. The character is expected to make a live-action appearance on Arrow and/or The Flash as well. The next month, it was reported that a spin-off series, which is described as a superhero team-up show, was in discussion by the CW for a possible 201,516 mid-season release. Berlanti and Kreisberg would executive produce alongside Guggenheim and Sarah Schechter. The potential series would be headlined by several recurring characters from both Arrow and The Flash, with the potential for other Arrow, Flash characters to cross over to the new series as well. In May 2015, the CW officially picked up the series. Titled DC's Legends of Tomorrow, the second season begins to explore the concept of the multiverse by introducing Earth 2, which features doppelgangers of the inhabitants of Earth 1 along with Jay Garrick, the Flash of Earth 2, and Zuma Monsieur in the episode Welcome to Earth 2. As Barry, Cisco and Harrison Wells of Earth 2 travel to Earth 2, glimpses of the multiverse are seen, including an image of Supergirl star Melissa Benoist as Supergirl and an image of John Wesley Shipp as the Flash from the 1990 television series, implying the two characters and their respective television series exist on alternate Earths to Earth 1. Supergirl's world is later designated Earth 38 in the Arrowverse multiverse. Gustin as Barry appeared on the 18th episode of Supergirl, World's Finest, which aired on CBS on March 28, 2016, intersecting with the events of the 18th episode of The Flash, which aired on April 19, 2016. Barry accidentally arrives on Earth 38 and helps Kara battle two of her enemies, Silver Banshee, Italia Ricci, and Livewire, Britt Morgan, before returning home.